Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Make Thorpe Park in Planet Coaster. So today we are going to be finishing about half of Swarm Island, because last episode I know I said we'll be finishing it, but at the time I didn't quite realise how much we had left to do. I mean, let's just say, it will be finished next episode. I promise you, I've already started recording it. It will be finished next episode. I haven't got a load left to do for the next episode. I've got the entirety of the back queue line area, the shipping containers out the front, and the toilets. So there's not really too much to do. So it should all be good. So yeah, at the moment we're just getting on with the plane wing, which is very nice. This obviously overhangs onto the path, and it's also the first head chopper of the ride, which you go under, with the engines on it and all of that, which is cool. It is a very nice head chopper, I'm going to be honest. I remember I've hurt my back on it before because I ducked. It wasn't the first time I went on it. That was the first time I'd ever ducked, and I hurt my back and struggled to walk for the rest of the day, so that's good. But yeah, here it is. We're going to be making the tail, which goes under the 0G roll. Making the path that goes from the main island over to Swarm Island. So yeah, it doesn't sound like we get on with a lot, but it really takes a long time to make the wing and all of that. So, as I say, the next episode will be released either Saturday or Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on how long it takes me to finish it, and it also depends if I can get in a call with George to make the next episode of an episode of a video that I want to make with him. So, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. As I said last episode, there really isn't much to talk about at the moment. But we have been told that Boris Johnson may be starting to reduce the lockdown on Sunday, well, as of Monday, but we're getting the announcement on Sunday, so I'm going to make sure I'm watching that. And then hopefully we may start seeing theme parks be able to reopen, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And because of my year group in school, I probably won't need to go back. There's no need for me to go back, which means that if the theme parks do reopen, all of the kids, they'll go back to school, but I'll be able to go to theme parks because, well, I don't have anything to do at school now, basically. So I'm very, very happy with that. But yeah, we're just making the engines here. It does actually look really bad. I didn't quite realise how bad it looks at the moment, but it does end up looking really nice actually, so I'm really happy with that. Of course, we're going to be moving on to our favourite type of material, the small wooden bracket 5. Pretty much useful for absolutely everything, so that's nice. Yeah, so that's going to be like the outside shell of the engine. End up putting a couple of those because it's always helpful. So yeah, for anybody that's in with aviation, I don't have a clue what plane it originally was. I don't know what plane I'm basing this engine off. I'm just making an engine, to be honest. The plane was, I believe it was in commission 2 months before it was sent to Thorpe, and then where it was retired and broken and used on the Swarm. As with pretty much all of the just things at Thorpe. So the fire truck, that was in commission, that's a real fire truck. The helicopter's a real helicopter. The ambulance is a real ambulance, and all of that. So it's all been used before, basically. So yeah, there may be parts at the moment, especially with me struggling to think of what to say, there may be parts where I just leave it with music, because I don't want to be cutting out so much of the rides making, but at the same time, like, there's not much for me to talk about. Like, as I say, if all the theme parks were back, then I would be going and I'd be talking about what I'd think of the rides and all of that. So yeah, bit of a shame, but obviously we've got to do what we've got to do. I'll make sure I mention what has been said by Boris Johnson when we get to the next episode, or I don't know yet, the episode after Sunday, basically. So, yeah. And also, with that painting that you just saw, I never thought of doing this in the past, but changing the intensity of the paint still paints it, but it doesn't paint as much in the area, and I think that actually brings out a really nice effect. So, yeah. Just adding in some of the cargo that might have been on the plane, I don't know. Making it look a bit more barren as well, just because it's not going to look exactly full and joyful there, is it? So, yeah, obviously you can't actually see that much of the wing off-ride, and I don't really want to be pausing it, like constantly pausing a video to have a look, so just got to leave it like that really, but I'm still happy with it. And here we are, moving on to the bridge, which goes over to Swan Island from the main island. This was actually surprisingly difficult to make. For some reason there was a really weird rotation in-game there, and it just made it really awkward to make everything straight and all of that. Like, I had to edit everything that I placed to make it so it was straight. So, it's a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. These are like the little mouldy bits. I don't really know how else to describe it, but that's what they are. So, yeah, and this is the first time that I've actually made my own fence, like, from scratch. All my other fences have been original fences. Like, I may have edited them slightly, but this is the first one which I've made from scratch, so that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. I think it looks quite nice. It looks very realistic to the real one, I think, as well. So, yeah, and also here, this is where I had a huge struggle with it. For some reason, the rotation meant that it was going up instead of down. So I had to select it all and then redo that. It's just, this episode has caused me struggles upon struggles. It really has. But I'm glad we've got there. It does look nice. And don't worry, I do realise that other fence on the right side now is upside down, the wrong way round, and I do move it around, so that's fine. But yeah, I remembered as I was doing this, you can't actually see much of the water. Like, it's really covered in greenery. Like, you know it's there, but there isn't much. So I've had to edit that as well, just to make it look like, make it look a bit more realistic, I guess. So, yeah, here we are, just putting in something. I don't really know what. It's just something there just to see if it works. Really didn't. It took me far too long, and it just didn't work. I don't think it looked good at all. This looks a lot better, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, that's that basically. And here we are making the second fence, which goes down towards containment. Obviously replacing the fence that I originally used, which was one of the default in-game ones. I don't really like the look of it, to be honest. It was the best one that I could think of using, but I didn't really think of using my own one, so I think that works pretty well now, so I am very happy with that. This music as well just makes me want to go back so much. It's really, really nice music. And I got it from the Thorpe Park I'm a Score disc thing. Don't know how else to say it, to be honest. I don't see an issue with using it. I'm not getting any copyright claims or anything, so I think that's alright. So, it's all good. So we do actually have to end up putting a lot more greenage in, because I just didn't for some reason. I don't know why. It was just something that I didn't end up doing. And I've also decided, you may have seen me doing it earlier, but I will be putting in paths so people can actually use the rides. So that's nice. I'm going to see if I can make it so the entrance is, well, the actual queue won't be a very long queue. I'll put that inside the mechanics building area thing. That's a long way of saying it, but yeah, I'm going to try and put it there because I feel like that might be the best place to put it, to be fair. So, yeah. Here we are now getting ready to make the fuselage of the plane. This was pretty easy, to be fair. One of the more easy things to do, to be honest, which I wouldn't have expected. But it is pretty easy. And I did ask in the Discord, but unfortunately I've got no responses. If you ever want me to talk about something in particular, let me know. Like as I say, at the moment there's not really much I can talk about. I can't talk about how well some of the coasters are running at the moment, or any new theming at Thorpe Park or something, because, well, I don't know whether there is or not. I mean, obviously I watched the construction updates over winter, but then they came to a stop, probably because the parks were about to open in a week, and then also, obviously, they all had to close anyway, so it's a bit unfortunate. Well, it's very unfortunate, but hopefully everything will start getting back to normal soon, and we'll start repairing ourselves. I also I was trying to make it look really smooth, which was never going to happen. But I actually realised that it doesn't need to look smooth, because actually, A, it looks fine how it is, and B, it's meant to be in a plane crash. Yeah, it's a bit of improvisation I've had to add in. It's a bit of improvisation, but it's still not bad. It doesn't have too much of an issue. Also, sorry if you're seeing a bit of lag today. I don't really understand why that's happened. I did have a mod on Planet Coaster just to make it look a bit nicer, which I ended up having to switch off because I was watching OBS and just seeing it. It was literally at like 20 FPS, so it's just something which I had to not use, unfortunately. But the game still looks nice without it, I would say. So here we are. So yeah, we're just adding in, well, putting the fuselage in the right place now. Yeah, so as I say, next episode we will finish the Swarm Island. We'll have it completely finished, and I'm really looking forward to actually having it completed. Obviously, we may end up having to come back to get some fixes done or something, but in general, it will be completely finished. So I'm really looking forward to having it finished, to be fair, because then, well, that's like, what have we spent in episode? How many episodes have we spent doing this? It's got to be like, I don't even know at this point. Like 5 episodes, which I'd say is a good amount for one ride. So I am really, really happy with this. I think it does look nice. So yeah, let me know what you guys want me to go to next. Somebody said that they want me to go to Nemesis Inferno. Obviously I won't go straight to the ride, I'll work my way there. I kind of feel like going to Stealth, because that's probably going to be one of the easiest things to do. But yeah, just let me know. I will be more than happy to take ideas from you guys. I'm gonna head to depth charges for episode 10, because then it's over and done with. I feel like it might be quite difficult to do, so yeah, I feel that's probably the best thing to get done now, so it's over with and out of the way. And for that, obviously, Planet Coaster doesn't have anything in particular that I can use for that, so I'm just going to have to make it out of all of these shapes. But that looks like it is coming to the end of the episode now, guys. So if you did enjoy this episode, please do leave a like. It would mean so much. These episodes do take me hours to make, so any type of support is greatly appreciated, guys. Let's see if we can hit 5 likes for this episode. And guys, I'll leave, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.